Pogba, a name that invokes excitement and controversy in football. Once hailed as the future of Manchester United, Pogba's journey at the club was anything but smooth sailing. Despite flashes of brilliance on the pitch, the French midfielder was constantly involved in a series of high-profile controversies. From his infamous social media antics to his strained relationship with then-manager Jose Mourinho, Pogba's tenure at United was plagued with turmoil, and yet there was no denying his undeniable talent. A talent that helped lead France to World Cup glory in 2018. But then, in the summer of 2022, came the shock announcement. Manchester United had agreed to let go of one of their most talented players. And to make matters worse, Pogba was set to join Juventus again on an absolutely free transfer. The football world was left reeling, wondering how things had gone wrong for the once promising star. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the complex story of Paul Pogba, tracing his journey from his early days at United to his controversial departure from the club. We'll explore the highs and lows of his time at Old Trafford. We'll also examine the factors that led to his eventual departure. From the dizzying heights of World Cup glory to the tumultuous twists and turns of his club career. The story of Paul Pogba is one of talent, controversy, and unfulfilled promise. Paul Pogba, the French center mid, was one of the most highly rated young players in world football when he signed for Manchester United as a teenager. Pogba had all the ingredients to become a star at Manchester United. He was strong, skillful, and had an eye for goal. But despite showing flashes of brilliance, Pogba struggled to establish himself in the first team. Because of his young age, he was often left on the bench beside the likes of Paul Scholes, Jason Park, and Michael Carrick. These players were amazing in their own right, and it makes sense why Pogba wasn't getting enough playing time on the pitch. This, and him being 18 years old at the time, wasn't going to help his case either. But the weird thing is, that wasn't the reason he left United the first time around. He lost all the trust he had in Fergie. He even mentioned that most of the midfield players were injured at this time, and it truly hurt his confidence from here on out. This was the determining factor why he left Manchester United and later joined Juventus the following year. In Pogba's eyes, Manchester United gave up on him, not the other way around. In 2012, Pogba moved from Manchester United to Juventus on a free transfer. Many were surprised by the move, as Pogba had only made 3 appearances for United's first team and was relatively unknown at the time. However, it didn't take long for Pogba to make an impact at Juventus. In his first season with the club, he played in 37 games across all competitions and scored 5 goals. He quickly established himself as a key player in Juventus's midfield, impressing fans and teammates with his technical skills, athleticism, and work rate. Over the course of his 4 seasons at Juventus, Pogba established himself as one of the most dynamic midfielders in Europe. He played a total of 178 games for the club, scoring 34 goals and providing 40 assists. Pogba's impact on Juventus extended far beyond his statistical contributions. He quickly became a leader on the pitch, often wearing the captain's armband and leading by example with his energetic performances. Paul Pogba was fortunate enough to play alongside some of the best midfielders in the world. The likes of Arturo Vidal and Andrea Pirlo proved to be hugely influential on Pogba's development, and he learned a great deal from playing alongside them. Vidal, in particular, was a great player that Pogba looked up to and learned from. The Chilean midfielder was a tireless worker on the pitch, with an incredible engine and an eye for a goal. Pogba learned from Vidal's work ethic and ability to dictate play from midfield, and the two formed a formidable partnership in the Juventus midfield. Pirlo, meanwhile, was a more experienced and cerebral presence in the Juventus midfield. He was a player renowned for his passing ability and intelligence on the ball, and Pogba learned a great deal from playing alongside him. Pirlo's calmness on the ball and ability to read the game helped Pogba develop his own passing ability and understanding of the game. Overall, Pogba's time at Juventus was crucial to his development as a player, and he owes a great deal to the likes of Vidal and Pirlo for their influence on his game. Their tutelage helped him become one of the best midfielders in the world and paved the way for midfielders of his caliber. But despite his success in Italy, rumors began circulating that Pogba was looking to leave Juventus and return to England. Manchester United, the club he had just left a few years earlier, emerged as a frontrunner for his signature. In 2016, Manchester United came calling again, and they were willing to pay a world record fee of £89 million to bring Pogba back to Old Trafford. Pogba's return to Manchester United was greeted with a great excitement by the club's fans. They believed he would be the missing piece in their midfield and help them again challenge for major honors. With the player Pogba had become at Juventus, fans at Manchester United couldn't wait for him to play for them again. Pogba's second stint with United started slowly, as he struggled to find his form in his first few months back at the club. However, he gradually hit his stride and established himself as a key player in United's midfield. During his second season back at United, Pogba played a pivotal role in the club's run to the Europa League title. He scored crucial goals in both the semi-final and the final of the competition, helping United lift their first major trophy since his return. But the joy at the club for Pogba wouldn't last long. Sky Sports cameras caught the two men having unhappy words, with media officer Josh Allen also involved. Pogba high-fives coach Michael Carrick in the footage and then shakes Allen's hand. At this point, Mourinho says something that startles the French international. Mourinho was concerned with the Instagram story and the timing of its posting at around 10:25 p.m. In the video, Pogba, who was at Old Trafford watching the tie, is jovial as he laughs with Andreas Pereira and Luke Shaw, who was also rested. Pogba tilts his camera phone at the pitch where the game can be seen in the play. This was shot around an hour earlier, but it was not posted until later because of an issue with the stadium Wi-Fi. When Pogba denies laughing at the defeat, Allen is called back into the conversation by Mourinho, and with this came the decision and full backing of the club to strip Pogba of the vice captaincy.
No, the only truth is that I made the decision of Paul not to be the second captain anymore, but no fallout, no problems at all. The same person that decides that Paul is not the second captain anymore was exactly the same person that decides that Paul was the second captain. Myself, I'm the manager, I can make these decisions. No fallout at all, no problems at all, just one decision that I don't have to explain.
Mourinho's comments were veiled criticism on Pogba's on-field activities. Pogba was often in the headlines for his social media posts and his flamboyant lifestyle. Some fans and pundits criticized him for not taking his career seriously enough. Despite the criticism, Pogba continued to play for Manchester United, but as time passed, Pogba's relationship with Mourinho fell off again. This was a match that made Manchester United give up on Jose Mourinho, despite giving several trophies during the 2-year spell. Tellingly, he leaves Pogba on the bench throughout that match. On the day of Mourinho's sacking, a post on Pogba's Twitter account said, "Caption this," along with a knowing expression on his face before being deleted. Fast forward to today, Manchester United decided that it was time to cut their losses once again. They sold Pogba to the team they had bought Pogba for, Juventus, and this time it was for a free transfer. I can't imagine being a fan and looking at your record transfer, going out for free for the team that you bought him for. That truly boggles my mind. Pogba's story is a cautionary tale of how a player's talent alone is not enough to guarantee success. He needs the right environment, the right manager, and the right mindset if he wants to fulfill his potential. Only time will tell whether Paul Pogba can find the right balance and become the player that everyone knows he can be. But for now, Manchester United and their fans will have to look elsewhere for their next midfield star. Pogba was meant to find redemption at Old Trafford back in 2016. He was meant to help the club get back on track to compete in every competition, but he never did.